What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Roulette ATM lab, where we show you how to become professional gamblers using the game of roulette as your own ATM. Rightio, guys, we're back today on the live tables, and I want to show you guys how we use our same money management techniques and planning to get to our win goal for today. So we got a win target of $130. I've got 10 strategies written down here, and majority of these are $1 units, with a couple of number bets where I'm using 40-cent units. So um, first of all, before we begin, I want to extend some gratitude. I've used a bunch of different bets here, and a lot of these bets have been inspired from Junko Bodie, who has a YouTube channel out there also, and he's a extremely successful roulette player and has some fantastic strategies. So these strategies are inspired by Junko. So first of all, we're going to play a string of these strategies, and if I didn't mention, our target profit for these strategies is going to be $13. So we're going to start off now playing these 6 bets. We're looking to get to around $13 in profit. So our starting bankroll was 1,000, looking to get to around 1,013 before we then um, move to our next strategy. So there's a 33 that'll work for us. Rightio. So now we're gonna play these next ones out here, and I'm gonna double these now, considering we still we're covering a fair section of the board here. And that's how I like to, while we do have more board coverage, I like to be able to raise our unit sizes. But we'll see how we go. We'll manage our money. 23, that's going to work for us. And you know what? I'm going to take that. It's close enough to 13, and I want to move. I want to move through this. So now we're going to play um, 3 bets here. So three bets in each, 1 bet in each dozen. Sorry. So Jingos. Let me just right, yes. Sorry for that technical difficulty. We got a 10. That doesn't help us out here. So it's outside our where we want to be. So what we're going to do is just going to double these now, and I'm going to add 40 to all of these bets. So remember, we finished that last one with 1011, and now we're looking to get to at least around 1024, if not more. So see how we go here, managing our money. Number 5, that's going to work for us. Rightio. Now we're going to rebet these, and we will just leave the bets the same now. So we had 2. There we go. So we got 240 back out there. So now we're just managing these. Hopefully we get a hit here, and be able to move on to our next strategy. Rightio. 31. That's going to work for us. And that's close enough to our target. So I'm going to take that 1023. Rightio. That's good. We're going to move on. And it's no big deal. Taking a slight reduced amount throughout these strategies, because there's no doubt that we'll probably pick up a few extra dollars throughout the next few strategies as we go through. So it's all about that bankroll, preserving your bankroll. Playing it smart. Um, so we want to win at the game. So we're going to play it smart here. Right, yeah, that's a 33. Gets us a win. Now we're going to play these remaining ones out here, and I'm going to raise these. So now we've got 2 units on all these corners, and hopefully we can get a hit straight up here. So last time we hit a 33, we got in the range of that 24. So we had a 24 to be helpful. What do we got there? 9. It's on the opposite side of the board there. Rightio, no worries. Now we're just gonna raise these to 4. Hopefully we get a hit here, otherwise we go into a bit of a recovery here. So, but no worries. We're only into our third strategy. Still got 7 more strategies after this. So see how we go. But I think the key to guys, when you come into any session, is making sure that your plan is very well structured. Writing down the notes. I've got notes written down here for all of these bets. Um, having a key plan. I know how much I need to win. Rightio. So now we're just going to raise these ones here. We'll go to $6 now on these. So now we're looking to get a hit. So now we get a hit here, then we'll just manage our money on our way through. 19, that'll work for us. That gets us to 130. So we picked up a few dollars. So now I can actually lower these units here, lower these unit sizes here. So now if we get a hit, we should be able to move on. So wherever you can, be able to reduce your how much exposure you've got out there. Highly recommend being able to reduce that exposure. 21. Right, yeah. So now we're just going to double these. Just take a quick look at the board here. Right, yeah. So hopefully we'll get a hit here on the 16. And let's say 36. Right, yeah. No worries there. Hey, what happened there? Rightio, looks like they're doing some cleaning. Rightio, we'll be back. We'll be back. Rightio, we're back on. Looks like they had a bit of an issue with the board. They had a technician doing something to the wheel, but we're back anyway, back to where we were. So just trying to get a hit now on these remaining bets to get us back into our profit target. Rightio, hopefully we get a hit here. Pretty keen to move on now after that bit of a delay. That's an 11. That'll work for us. That picks us up a few extra dollars, so we're at 1,045. Rightio. Now we're going to play this strategy here. Like I said, Junko's strategies, got some fantastic strategies out there. A few awesome strategies you can find online, and when it comes to planning, making sure you got your structured plan. Go out, if there's a lot of different strategies that you're drawn to, or things that you like, being able to use them in sort of that hit and run scenario. There's some fantastic strategies out there. So being able to being able to use those strategies is great. So rightio, let's just go for one more hit here. I'm not going to double these. I normally would, but we're in a good position here. I only need to pick up a few more dollars. Ooh, it's my bad. I had that in the wrong wrong one there. I was supposed to have it on the 20, 21, 23, 24. That's all right. Hopefully, if we get a repeater anyway, it'll work out as a double the jackpot. Oh yeah, 34. So I'll put these back out there properly now. So that one there, there, there. And I'll just double these. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, you can go out, find a list of your favorite strategies. Write them down in a list of 10 strategies and play them. Hit them once and move. And that's how you really be able to win at the game of roulette. Is having good strategies that work well, but also being able to just hit a target. Instead of just chasing the same strategy over and over again. So we'll double that one more time to be our last double. But yeah, you can you use these different strategies that you find. A lot of them, some of them work better as a hit and run strategy than others. But if you compile a few strong strategies, and I'm sure most roulette players have a few strategies up their sleeve that they tend are drawn to or whatnot. And being able to use them like that, and just basically having that target, having that target profit goal, so where you need to be. Right, that gets us picks us up a few dollars, but not really where we want to be. So we're just going to play these remaining ones out, and I'll just chuck 3 on them now. So just reduce the amount of exposure here. Reduce our bet size from 4 units to 3 units on all of these. But yeah, can't stress, making sure before you even start, you should have a checklist. Going through a checklist of what you need in order to, hit your target. And it's all about being able to come up with a strategic plan, and work backwards from that plan. Okay, righto, what do I need to get to my target? Okay, and how am I going to achieve that target? So reverse engineering that, to be able to achieve that target. So right, I'm just going to raise them by $1 now. Less chips out there, so we can afford to just raise these by $1, and hopefully we can get a hit here so we can move on. I don't think anyone's a fan of 26. Come on, yeah, there we go. Right, yeah, fantastic. That gets us out of the strategy anyway. And now we're on to our next strategy. But yeah, like I was saying, no one likes losing. No one likes to it's shithouse losing. So you wanna win. And getting stuck in a strategy for a prolonged period of time, can be exhausting. But the ability to be able to stay calm, and look for opportunities to hedge. I always speak about hedge betting, being able to make educated decisions when it comes to making hedge bets. They can be they can be extremely beneficial, if you can use them correctly. A lot of that comes down to being able to pay attention to what the history board's saying, especially with the live dealers. Picking up on specific um, tendencies. If you get a specific dealer that seems to be on autopilot, pick up on certain tendencies where he's thrown in certain ranges, utilizing all these different knowledge points to be able to make an educated decision when it comes to placing a hedge bet. Um, you know, so you know, it's not a guarantee, when placing hedge bets. So I always say, worst case scenario is when you're in deep into a then place. I'm just going to cover the zero because we've got a new dealer here, and I should have actually covered the 32 as well. But I don't know, just a little thing I like to do when a new dealer rolls up, cover the zero. Sometimes I throw a spinner in the works. Um, I feel like it's 50-50, but it's probably less than that. But it happens a lot for some reason. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but I tend to just cover it when a new dealer rolls in. What do we got there? 18. Oh yeah, that's not really helping us at this stage with the 18. So we had 4 out there, on these remaining bets. So now we're just going to raise them to 6. So let's go to 6 here. We finished that last strategy at 1063, so now we need to get up to 1076 to satisfy our target. So hopefully we get a hit here. What do we got there? 16. That's going to help us out. Right, yeah, that gets us to 59. So now we're in a position now where we can reduce our unit sizes. So we're going here, here, and we're going to have 3 out there now. So we cut our bet sizes in half, and we're going to just chuck these out, $5 on these 2 outside bets here. So wherever you got the opportunity to be able to reduce, highly recommend to reduce. 15, we don't actually have that covered at all, so no worries. So now we're going to add 15 to these, and we're going to add 2 to these. So now we're looking to, where were we again? We're at 1063, so we need to get to 1076. That'll get us out of the strategy. So just managing our money now, throwing a few, basically up two strategies running simultaneously here. This is one of the sort of, oh, look at that, 15 back to back. Rightio. Now we're gonna raise these by 2, and now we're gonna raise these by 25. So this strategy, it's actually an interesting one that I seen on the Roulette Master, who's got a bunch of cool strategies out there that he tests. He tests for 15 minutes a bunch of different strategies, and I think he called it the no boss, where you wait for 3 consecutive hits in a single dozen um, before you before you then bet on the opposite 2 dozens. So it's an interesting strategy. Right, yeah, where were we? We were there. We hit the 16. I think we had that one and that one left, and run out of time. So I was going to put 2. We're at 7. We'll go with 10 units. So looking to get a hit. Remember, we're at 1063, so we just want to get to 1076. 12 that works for us. 1049. So not quite where we want to be. So now we've got. We actually don't need much out there now to get to our target. So we were there. We hit that one. We had that one left. That one left. So now we just got these remaining bets here. And this is the thing too, roulette can be a very interesting game. It's never take it for granted. I have a lot of respect for roulette. Um, so if I have to take a reduced amount for a particular strategy, then I'm going to take the reduced amount because a smart gambler, you can't always win every single one. You are going to see losses throughout it. So if you have to take a reduced amount, there's no shame in taking a small loss if you have to. So that's what I mean by being smart with your bankroll. Even if we were to take a move on from the strategy and begin a new strategy now, we're still in $40 profit from where we started, and we can quite easily just move on. Rightio. So now we've got and this is a perfect case scenario to display that. So we just had a basically. Sorry, I'm going to let this time out because I'm trying to get my point across here. But we started this particular strategy with 1063, and at the moment we've basically got next to no board coverage left. We've only got a few board covers if we continue to play the strategy. So the smart thing to do is to actually bite the bullet and just move to your next strategy and work out trying to get in a better position from there. So which is what we're going to do. So we're going to move our strategy now, and we're going to play these ones. So we're moving our strategy because we're smart and we're not ashamed to take a small loss because we can always gain it back. But sitting there and when ego comes in and you're just trying to chase and that's where bad things happen. So I want to be able to teach a professional level of using the game as an ATM. Really comes down to being smart with your money, and that actually gets us out straight off the bat. So there we go. We're at 1075. So what we're going to do now is going to play. I'm going to wait because I'm going to run out of time to place this bet otherwise. And this is the only thing that I really dislike about online, is the timer is too short. And I think it's pretty obvious they make it that short to stop people from having much chance of thinking straight. But rightio, we're going to play this next strategy. Play this next strategy now, and let's just get these out there. Radio. We're gonna hit 2 of these dozens. We're gonna hit 2 of these dozens, and then we can move on, see where we're at. But so far we've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strategies. Our 5th strategy was basically incomplete, if you will. So when we get to it, I I might replay that particular strategy. So we'll see how we go. We'll play one more of these out anyway. Try and get a profit. That was a significant profit just there that we hit. But we will go for one more. But yeah, like I said, if we need to play that other strategy, we'll replay it. But you're better off replaying a strategy than staying stuck in it. You know what I mean? So no harm done replaying the strategy. Rightio, fantastic. That gets us to 1107. Rightio, now we're going to play these numbers here. Where are we? There. So I'm going to play these numbers out now, and hopefully we can get a hit pretty early. Oh, I'm missing the 16 actually. I just realised. I should have that 16 covered. Let's hope we can hit our other numbers we've got covered here anyway. Radio 35. Raji. Well, let's rebet. Had a few 35s. Let's see. We've got like I can see three 35s there on the board in this these last few. So, but hopefully we can get around that number 5 anyway, because that's our center number for this strategy. So if we get anywhere around that number 5, we'll be laughing. But we don't. We get to the 29. Radio. 29. So now we're gonna rebet these. I'll raise these now by 1 unit. 1 unit there. And I'm just gonna chuck these out here. So yeah, like for some reason I see that I think they call it the no boss strategy from Roulette Master, and no, I like it. It's simple, but it works a lot of the time. So that's where you play, playing those. Wait for three dozens to hit in the same, and then moving on. That didn't work out for us there anyway. But oh well, it doesn't really matter. We hit our target, 140. So sweet as we done what we set out to do. 140. Picked up extra $10 in fact. So we played. Let's just count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We played 8 strategies, and one of those strategies was unsuccessful, if you will. So, but we still managed to get to our target in 8 strategies, which is it's pretty good there for that session. But yeah, hopefully you guys you picked up the game of Roulette. You're not going to win every bet, but if you can be smart about how you manage your money, taking the pride away from it. If you need to take a small reduced loss to move on to another strategy, buy yourself some time. That's what it's all about. Just buy yourself more time. Don't rush into having to make sure you chase back those losses. All about being able to manage it. Suck up your pride when it comes to this, and really be calm and strategic about how you play. The most important thing when it comes to being able to use a game as an actual ATM, and not falling short into the typical gambler traits, which is chasing losses, getting overwhelmed, overheated with what's going on. So a little bit longer session, guys, because we're on the live tables. But hopefully, if you learn anything from this, if you like the content, then please make sure you like, follow, and yeah, thanks again, guys, for coming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Step to the table with a plan in hand. Roulette ATM, yeah, we understand. Focus on the numbers, play it smart, don't guess. Long profits flow.